You don't need to feel fearless. You just need to move. Had to get a little Palo Santo today. I think this is my favorite one. Oh, now my hand shaking. All right. You don't need confidence to start. You build it. I'm of the belief that confidence is a side effect of action, to be real. So here's the problem. People all of the time, and I'm including myself in the people, but we always are waiting to feel ready to do something. We're like, okay, I'll do it when I'm ready. Or, okay, I have everything I need to do, but I'm going to wait till tomorrow to get started. So when are you going to be ready? When we are focused on waiting to have confidence, waiting for it to come to us, a lot of times we end up procrastinating and it may never come. That's the thing. Sometimes confidence doesn't feel like we think it should. Sometimes confidence is just that wee little push that tells you, hey, you can do it. But it might not be this overwhelming sense of, I got this, I'm gonna be the best at it. It might not be that. It's just, boom, I can do it. And even if I can't, I'm gonna make it happen. There is no can't. There is no try. You know what? Let me tell you a little story time. Whenever I was in high school, I started off at a performing arts school. Blah, blah, blah. I then left after that just because I was one of 3 classical pianists and I was pretty much done with the program, so I just left. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I was in the lobby with my mom and the principal came by to talk to us. And he's like, okay, so how are your grades and everything like that? And I said, they're good. But I was like, they're good. You know what I mean? They were good, but they could have been better, and they were better at one point. So I was feeling a little icky about it at the time. I didn't feel confident at all. But he was like, what was that? And I was just like, it's okay, but I'm gonna try to do better. And he's like, there's no try. There's no try. You're going to do better. And at first I was like, oh, they're like, I don't know why I felt so embarrassed. That's one thing. Like, you can't be embarrassed. If you're gonna start something new, forget about the embarrassment because you're gonna be embarrassed at some point. Something's gonna be cringy. Something's gonna be embarrassing. You're gonna say something silly or do something silly, or you're gonna do the things exactly how you want it to be, and people are still gonna think some type of way. So don't worry about it. But he was like, yeah, there's no try. And I was thinking to myself, like, I'm actually gonna have to do it. But the thing is, whenever you say you're gonna try to do something, it actually adds another step. Instead of just saying, for me, let's say this, I want to drop a song by this date or whatever. Okay, I'm not gonna say I'm going to try to drop a song by this time. If I say I'm gonna try, then I have to put in the effort to do the trying, and then the trying then results in the result versus I'm going straight to the result. Yes, there are steps in between, but when you say trying, it also gives you an inkling of doubt. So your language is going to change the amount of confidence that you have. There is a difference between confidence and arrogance. I was actually talking to someone about this the other day, and he didn't think that confidence and arrogance was much different. And here's the thing, it's all about the context. If arrogance comes from a place from, I know it, I am the greatest, I am the best, I have nothing to learn. Confidence comes from faith. I have faith that this is possible. I have the tools to do this, and even if I don't, I'll create the tools to do it. That's confidence. Confidence is still humble. But arrogance will give you a false sense of hope, and then you'll be like, right, I'm ready to go. And then when you get up there, you're like, I have no idea what I'm doing right now. And so that's the thing. Whenever my principal told me there's no try, I started thinking about that in other places. I would think to myself, okay, I want to do YouTube. I'm going to try to do a YouTube. How am I going to try without doing? So I'm going to create a YouTube. I'm going to start recording videos for a YouTube. There is no try. I want to do a song. I'm going to record the song. I'm going to finish writing the full song because that's my thing. Sometimes I don't complete things. And that's a thing that was in my mind. Okay, I'm going to get started on this YouTube and I'm not going to complete it. Why defeat yourself before you even get started? This is going to sound pessimistic. There are plenty of factors that are going to make you want to quit when you get started. So why on earth start with yourself? Why would you start with yourself? If you have no champion at all, if you have no support at all, you don't need to be your own enemy. Who needs enemies when you have a friend like yourself? But showing up scared sometimes is going to help you build that confidence. Confidence doesn't just come from a pot. You don't brew up confidence. You don't drink confidence tea. It comes from action. So if I do something and I fail, okay, even though I failed, I know what I can do next time to make it better. So then when I do it, then I gain confidence from knowing, hey, I've done this before. But if I never did anything at all, where's that confidence come from? It doesn't come from real results. And that's how we fall into the trap of arrogance and thinking that it's confident. It doesn't mean that people do it on purpose. Not everybody's just like this arrogant butthead all the time. But arrogance comes from not understanding the truth about confidence. Confidence is quiet. Confidence is strong. But scientifically, confidence is built through repetition, not through preparation. All my life, I was thinking, you know what? I need to feel confident, especially like singing or speaking. I've never, ever really gotten nervous. Speaking, I don't really get nervous. This last time I felt a little some type of way. I'm not going to say it was nervous because I'm not going to claim that, but I felt a little bit different about it. But then I was able to rely on the fact that, you know what, I went through this talk, I was practicing that talk. Even if I didn't feel good that day, like I was tired or something like that, as soon as it was time for me to practice that talk, boom, the energy was on. So it comes to repetition. If I just focused on, hey, I wrote the talk, because I didn't look at my notes like that. But if I just went on preparation, which is I wrote the talk, I thought about the talk, I would have had something to worry about for real. But because of that repetition, it was ingrained in me to know what I needed to say. I knew what I was about to say. That's where the confidence came from after. There are going to be things out there that are going to make you feel a little bit uneasy when you start doing what you want to do. And I'm not trying to put that on you. I'm just saying that's just how the world works. If you want to get out there and get buff, or you want to get toned, whatever it is, you can absolutely do that. But there are going to be some days that you feel like, I don't really want to go to the gym. Or I'm still kind of sore, of course, to your safety level, but I'm a little sore. I'm not going to do it again until 2 months from now. Like that type of stuff. You have to get out there and do it again, even if it causes you discomfort. When you actually decide to do that, then you start feeling yourself because you're like, okay, I was actually able to do that. The reason why I didn't want to do it is because deep down inside, I felt like I couldn't do it. But when you get it done, then you know, hey, I've achieved something, even if it's just small wins. Confidence can come from small wins. It doesn't have to be from completing that big win that you're looking for, that big win that you're going towards. I've been wanting to make some flipping seasoned crackers for like a month and a half now. My grandma, she gave me a little recipe for these seasoned crackers, blah, blah, blah. They were freaking bomb, okay? And then I was thinking to myself, like, I want to make it. And I kept doing other things, right? Because I was actually busy. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it today. So yesterday, I made homemade fruit roll-ups. They're still freaking drying, okay? But I made homemade fruit roll-ups, and then I did the seasoned crackers. And so I just wanted some snacks, you know what I mean? But when those crackers came out right, it felt good. It had nothing to do with the fact that I'm about to be speaking again soon. That wasn't like the big win, but it was a small win. Small wins are okay. Those are the ones that push us and keep us a little bit stable, especially when we know that we're going to face some difficulties. Anytime that I know I'm about to be struggling or I might have a hard time, it's not assuming it or jumping to conclusions, but if I know, hey, this is going to be difficult for me, I try to line up some things that I'll enjoy. Okay, after I get done with this, then I actually want to watch a movie. I don't really watch much TV, but I'd be like, okay, after I get this done, I want to watch a movie. Or after I do this, then I'm going to make this. Choose those things that you like to do that maybe don't take up a whole lot of your time just because it still takes mental energy, but things that you enjoy. So take imperfect action, because one thing that beats confidence, one thing that beats motivation is movement. If you get to moving, things come later. The motivation can come later. The confidence can come later. But if you do it the other way around, you can burn out quickly. Confidence is not a prerequisite. It's a byproduct. What is one thing that you accomplished, or what is one thing that you got started on before you felt ready? Because you can do it. If there's anything that you don't quite feel ready to do yet, but it's in your heart to do, get started. Because the only thing stopping you is you. And if nobody has told you, I believe in you.